Hi, this is Susie from Pink Diamond Guide, and I'm back with one of our Zip Around the Zodiac readings, looking at the aspect of Aries. So if you've got Aries big in your chart, maybe it's your sun sign or it shows up big elsewhere in your chart, there may be something in this reading for you. We're looking at the aspect of Aries affecting, as stacked against these current energies that are playing out, and see what the tarot can tell us about what might be going on for you, Aries. So let's have a bit of a look. I zip through these readings pretty quickly. It's just a flyby over the energies to see what's going on. It may or may not be relevant. Take what's relevant, leave the rest. The message may not be for you this time around, but let's have a look and see what's going on in these energies. I don't even know why I wanted to say that to you, Aries, that this message may not be for you this time around. I get the feeling you're really needing to filter out what's going on around you. Even before I draw a card, it feels like you're in a big filtering process. So let's start there and go. The energy I'm feeling is that you're filtering through energy. Let's see. Health, wealth, and relationships. Spirit, what is going on for Aries? See, look. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Health, wealth, we've got the Seven of Wands, and in your relationships, the Seven of Swords. Right? Oh, I'm feeling this intensely for you, Aries. What have we got? Oh, let's get some clarifiers from a different deck. Let's switch over and get some clarifiers and see what's going on. First, some clarifying energy for you, Aries, in health, wealth, and relationships. What have we got going on so far? We're feeling like a filtering energy is playing out. What have we got? Righto. And health, we've got the Page of Pentacles. Wealth, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. And relation, oh, see? The Seven of Cups. I feel like I'm on point with this one, Aries. We're gonna slam dunk these energies and see what's going on for you. Righto. In your health sector, it does feel like you're trying to figure something out. You might be in a bit of a struggle with option A or option B, or feeling like you start at the starting line of maybe you want to get fit again. Maybe you feel like, and I'm not just saying physically fit, maybe there's a mental, emotional, spiritual process that you've been really battling your way through, but now you feel like you sit at the starting line and you go, I want to make a fresh start on this. I think I need some help on the way that I don't like it. For mine, it does feel like a big mental battle, if I'm being super, super honest. It's like you're really trying to figure out the way you think about things, the way you feel about things. And it leads you to having some kind of a struggle. It might be showing up as a physical ailment that you're battling, and it might be hard to get through your day. Perhaps you're feeling some ascension symptoms or levels of exhaustion that you can't explain, headaches that come out of nowhere. These are like niggly aches and pains that don't necessarily make sense, but may well have to do with a mental process that is playing out. However, this niggle is showing up in your health sector. It's been a struggle to get back on track, but here you are at the starting line going, I've got an idea of what it is I'm supposed to do. And it might be that you start a new course of study. It might be that, when I say course of study, you might be following videos on how to do yoga, or you might have started a new course of medication. However this represents, it's like you're at the starting line of starting something new to alleviate the struggles and the niggles that you're having in your health and well-being. I'm going to lay it at the feet of it being a mental, emotional, spiritual problem, manifesting with physical symptoms, and that you've just begun a process to try and alleviate it. That in itself is a filtering process, isn't it? Going, I'm going to try something new and see if it works. In your financial sector, it looks like you've got really serious about what you want to do. You're getting to work on mastery here, and I don't think anyone can sway you from your current process. However, it is manifesting to make you money and bring you stability. It's like, I'm going to hold my ground, even if other people don't necessarily understand why you're doing what you're doing, or there's some kind of resistance to the process. Perhaps you've tried to get a business off the ground and it's struggled to get traction, but you're going, I know that this is what I'm meant to be doing. I'm going to hold tight and I'm going to keep pushing because it feels to me like I'm on the right track. Could be in a job that you've got challenges coming up against you. People are trying to push you left, right, and center, but you're going, I know what my task is. I know what my job is. Just mind your own business. This feels to me like you're taking a very, very defensive stance about the way that you do your work and what you have to achieve, what the practice is, and you want to actually attain some level of mastery, and no one's going to dissuade you from that process. Perhaps family think your job is stupid. Like I know when I started out in this line of work, my family were looking at me and going, what the is she doing? Like they don't necessarily understand my passion for the job I do, but there's my line in the sand. This is what I do. This is what I'm going to gain mastery on. This is what I'm going to push forward in. It could be that kind of energy, but it's definitely holding tight in what you're doing and looking to develop it instead of just going, well, that didn't work, I'm running away. And power to you, Aries, because that's how success comes about. You learn as much through your failures as you do through your successes, and it's the chipping away at it and the developing mastery that brings the long-term outcome. Like if you try something once and fall over and go, well, that didn't work, and you didn't bother to try and find out where the kinks in the process were, you're bound to repeat the same mistakes if there's no learning. What I'm feeling with you is you're going, there may be chinks in the process right now, but I'm going to figure them out. I'm going to be successful here. Relationships feel like where this big filtering energy is playing out again for you. Look at this. Is somebody not being truthful to you, Libra? Why did I say Libra? I meant Aries. Libra. So this is the thing, is like Libra is somebody who's out of balance, out of whack, right? That Libra energy, and we've just had Mercury move into Libra, which should bring out more social, balanced and friendly conversation. But what are you sitting in? You're sitting in somebody possibly telling you lies or being untrue, or at least you suspect it. You at least suspect that I'm going to say that this other person has options and might not necessarily be treating you fairly. So that's leaving you in the process of going, well, do I want to be somebody's option? I'm going to start to filter out how, and you can flip-flop these energies. It could be you sitting there treating someone as an option. I'm feeling it more strongly that you are being treated as the option, and then it's into the filtering process for you of going, do I want this person or do I not? Do I want to be treated in a place where I'm not respected, not dealt with properly, and my energy is left feeling a little toxic because somebody's behaving in a manner that's not necessarily conducive to being kind and friendly. So you're nobody's option, Aries. If anyone's treating you like an option, you're right to filter them down. You're right to filter down what feels like truth to you, what feels like clarity and self-care and looking after yourself. And this is it. If somebody has been treating you this way, this is going to niggle at your self-esteem, which will then bring on issues it will show up as a physical health problem. And you do have a niggle, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're having to second guess something that somebody's doing on a daily basis, or you feel like somebody's being mistrustful. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner. There's lots of Aries out there in the world who, and this could show up in, we're talking love and relationships, so this could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be your partner. But feeling like you can't trust your inner circle of people, or like they treat you as if you're an option, that's not a fun way to exist, and it will eventually start to have an effect in the way that you're living your life in a day-to-day way. So what have we got as our reflect? Yeah, look, reflect over this. This is a filtering process, right? To sit in that energy of reflect, to take time out in private repose. Maybe you just want to be by yourself for a minute and while you figure this out. Maybe you want to take some time away from whoever is treating you like an option, so you can sit and go, what place do they actually hold in my life if they're going to treat me like an option? Do I really need to have this person in my life? Is this person actually a healthy option for me? And again, reflecting on what you're doing for a living. Going, should I pour my energy into my work and just take a red hot line in the sand of what I'm doing in my work life? And then again, reflecting on whatever this new course of action that is designed to move your health and well-being forward. This is the energy I was picking up initially, I think, is this idea of being deep in reflection and filtering out what works for you and what doesn't. All must have prizes, trying to please every. Oh, see, oh, Aries, what kind of a cycle have you been in, darling? Look, honestly, trying to please everyone is going to leave you feeling like this, isn't it? It's definitely going to leave you feeling like your energy's frazzled, or that you're on or at least frustrated, because you can't please anyone. You cannot please everyone all of the time, was what I meant to say. And at some point, you've got to start to go, what does it mean to me to always be at everybody's mercy? And then when I'm there looking after everyone, doing the right thing, people are treating me like an option. So this is a big time. Maybe this is why you're so leaning into your work right now. It's the one thing that doesn't treat you like an option. It's always there waiting for you, and you can show up reliably and know what you have to do. And even if people are giving you jip about it, it's like a process that you have control over. Picking that up pretty strongly is that you're sick and tired of having to please everybody and being treated like an option in return. It's not fun energy, is it? Is it at all, Aries? And it's time for reflection on that front. What have we got? Make the necessary sacrifices. This is why this comes in. What do you, again, filtering energy, what do you have to cut away to for your sense of self? What do you have to cut away to get you out of this fight energy within your health and well-being? Sometimes making the necessary sacrifices means that give to people. Definitely. I'm all about looking after people and giving of yourself and being kind. Lead with kindness whenever you can. But if people are taking advantage, that's a whole different aspect. People genuinely need kindness in this life, but sometimes when you show up as a kind person, it's taken advantage of. If your kindness is being taken for granted, then the necessary sacrifice will be to cut off those that are taking advantage, or at least cut off their supply, is what I'm saying. Not necessarily seeing it as cut people out, but definitely filter what you're offering them. Not give them your all and your everything in return for a breadcrumb. Relationships and relationships need to function in a balanced way, and otherwise you end up having, when things get tipped out of balance, there's always a reaction, an equal opposite reaction, even, you might say. That's one of those science thingies, isn't it? But it is, for you, for mine, it feels like it's showing up as a physical ailment, because you're giving too much in these scenarios, and the necessary sacrifice might be that you sacrifice your time and energy that you're giving to other people to give it to yourself. Be present is your 65 days message. Righto, what does it say? Time is a construct we fight to comprehend, with visions of the future and memories of the past all stored in our field of dreams. Bringing yourself into this present moment grounds us into our physical existence, eliminating imagined pressures from the past and present. Be still and at peace and enjoy the now. Righto. So when we go imagine stress, when you get into this place, right, when you're reflecting, are you diving deep into scenarios that you've been in the past, where somebody has let you down and you're feeling the pressure of that in the now, but it's not an actual energy that you need to play out? Perhaps somebody in the present moment is being difficult, but is it conjuring further energies? Imagine stress that you don't necessarily have to deal with, but you're multiplying in your current world. This is where that filter comes in going, what is it that you do have to stress about, and what is imagined stress? What are you projecting into the future that doesn't have to be worried about in the now moment? Let's get very, very focused on the now moment. What is playing out for you right now? And it suggests to me that what's in the now moment is mastery. Mastery over your health, well-being, work, and your relationships. And you're drawing lines in the sand with people. And that's great. But in that process, let's not project stress into our moment that's not there. Is there something from the past? Is there something from the future that you're letting stir up a storm in your current moment? Because I'm feeling it, Aries. I'm feeling this agitated energy. How much of it is in the now moment and how much of it is imagined? That is the filtering process. That was my initial message from you. And remember, I called you Libra, and I was like going, Libra, that's the scales. Why am I calling you Libra? Because you need to bring it into balance, right? So how much of this stress of what you're going through right now, how much of it is imagined? Now, that's a real process. You can project yourself into the future and think about all the stresses to come. You can go back to the past and you can revisit stress you've been through. Neither of those stresses are real. They're imagined. They're been, they're gone, they're done, or they may never happen. The only stress you need to filter through right now is what's going on in the moment. But when you filter through, when you go through those moments, you also have to bring into it what's going well for you right now. So this is a big, big moment to sit in the truth of who you are and see what is imagined, what is real, what is serving us, what is not, and cut away anything that is not necessary. Cut it away. Make it disappear. Righto, that's our reading for you today, Aries, with our quick zip around the zodiac. Thank you if you've watched so far. We'll continue to do these little updates as the energy moves, shifts, and changes. And I think that's it from me for now. In faith, hope, and love, it's bye from me for now.